is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, hope you're well, hope you're having a fantastic, what day is it? Monday, that's it. We're a bit late today and I do apologise about that. I was a bit preoccupied. See, today's my birthday, which means I'll be doing a live stream later, grifting it like there's no tomorrow. Link in the pinned comment, it will be the only source there. So today what I thought I'd do is revisit the goddess that is Chris Chan. The reason why is because according to their Twitter, they're going to be engaging in communications in the form of a collaboration, a live stream in fact, with the Keffals, which is very exciting really, isn't it? It's not at all like Keffals would take advantage of Chris Chan to make money, would they? No, that'd be stupid, that's crazy talk. I am of course looking forward to seeing how that interaction plays out regardless. What I want to do though is go through what Chris Chan has been up to on their channel since December. Now I did take a look. On the shorts front, they've uploaded the following.
Hey everybody, Jesus Christ in Western Channel Sergeant Prime here, and right at this present moment, I'm just doing this real short and brief, but I am in a authorized location where they do accept donations on this lovely day of December 13th, 2023, Toys for Tots, and look, I have some toys to donate. Go ahead and have a look. These are all the toys I'm donating today.
Interjection for fair use purposes, but also because this offers an opportunity to hear Chris Chan clart back or make a request of those that would otherwise not want to, in a positive light, shine one onto Chris Chan.
And also just to put this out there, seriously, I'm not Bigfoot, I'm not Sasquatch, I'm not anything that needs to be photographed every single time you see me. Just no.
And this drew my attention because I realised Chris Chan's hair looks a little different. Apparently they've decided to rock what can be considered a form of mullet. I'm not a fan of mullets, but I do think it right that Chris Chan adopt a shorter hairstyle. They don't have the follicles to justify the length. You can comb over from as many different angles as you like, but ultimately you can't hide biology. And men and women both can experience a form of baldness, I've been told. So I'll refrain from making obvious jokes. Now in that short, you would have noticed a considerable amount of rather nice looking toys being, and I'll air quote the word, donated to charity. If that actually did happen, that's fantastic. That was the last YouTube short Chris Chan had uploaded to their channel. Now I thought what I'd do is also highlight something else about what's been going on with Chris Chan, and that is that Chris Chan's viewership has been diminishing, Chris Chan's support has been diminishing, but Chris Chan's activity hasn't necessarily diminished at all. One of Chris Chan's most recent uploads, titled Light Powered Quick Light Reviews, Bumba Lumber, was what I was going to look at next, and I might show a few little clips. But while recording, I discovered that Chris Chan had uploaded another titled Focused Divine Guidances 01142024, no doubt made on the 14th of January 2024, but apparently a star date needed to be given or some form of super secret code that took me a second to realise. Now something I've noticed in a lot of Chris Chan's more recent content has included something as simple as turning off replies. This is something also seen on Twitter as well. I actually understand that 100%. At this point, I'm surprised Chris Chan hadn't employed this sooner. It would have made a lot more sense. Now, just before we get to that video, I'm going to go instead to a live stream called Over the Shoulder Colouring Stream, because that happened 3 weeks ago. It was the last live stream on the channel that is available. And I say that explicitly because I have seen some videos and live streams shared to Twitter for me to go and click on them for them to be private. I'm not entirely sure what Chris had said in any of it, so one day I will undoubtedly get the answers from Gino Samuel.
Shoes. That's a stack. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna check my phone. Donations. Feel the Christmas cheer. Feel the Christmas holiday. Everything's good. All good to go. Anyway. Oh, right. So I can check my phone. I have my album. And my secret shipment folder cards are on here. Organized. See, Jamsta, what the Sausage OCs. If it's not in here, then I can just try the deck. Not checking, just checking. Yeah, I think it was the deck. Alright, backing up. Backing up. Back it up. Back it up.
So you may have noticed within that clip, first of all, really arcane device in Chris's hand. Yes, the files are fascinating when you really look into it, but also the excessive amount of filtering in the live chat, which would go so far as to explain why the stream doesn't have much more of engagement on like to dislike, but the dislikes do outnumber the likes. There weren't as many donations in this stream either, which would explain why the stream doesn't go on that long. However, Chris is being as active as they can be, considering they themselves, and they will not deny this, surely not, are quite limited in their ability to entertain unless their entertaining people involves them doing things naked and sharing it with people they think they're dating only to find they're being fished. Essentially, Chris is entertaining when Chris embarrasses themselves. With these kind of streams though, I'm actually somewhat impressed. Firstly, Chris gets views. But since the triumphant return, of course, the law of diminishing returns has come into full effect, and so Chris is not getting the amount of attention they were once getting. So how Chris maintains the relevancy, I'm not entirely sure, which is why we should now go to the next video before we get to the most recent one. I said I'd play a few clips from it. I am a man of my word.
Be-la-da bumba-numba, be-la-da bumba-jumba bumblebee, buzzing around.
I often wonder when I saw videos like this by Chris Chan whether or not it was a paid promotion, because they do link bigbadtoystore.com underneath. I never quite understood the appeal of this type of content myself, but I understand at the same time Chris Chan needs to be active. With comments turned off though, the engagement's only going to diminish further. And we know this because it only has 151 likes and 225 downvotes. So it's not doing great, but then it has 4,780 views at time of recording. This type of content might to Chris seem like something they love, but since they did a stream where they begged for donations under the guise of the Christmas spirit, and have not done one since, one would surmise either they did really well over Christmas, or it's equally likely they didn't, and are having to do more elsewhere. But it's good to see Chris Chan still wisely investing their funds in things they need, as opposed to the unnecessary items like food, water, paying your bills on time. No doubt we'll expect some shorts in the future when the bills are due.
Hey, what's up YouTubers? Christ Chan here, and another freaky OC review, and today we'll be reviewing of the Quick Fill Autobot Team Transformers Legacy Quick Fill Edition Bumba Lumba.
Don't worry, I have no intention of playing any more of that video. Reviewing Transform models is not really my thing. There is a YouTuber I have known for years, he's a friend of mine, called Magnus Deacon. He does this as well, and I think he's better at it. I've never really been big on Transformers, beyond the fact I have all the movies on DVD. It's a random gift I kept getting. And if I ever do want to watch something mindless with explosions, it's either that or the A-Team. To the most recent video, titled Focused Divine Guidance, is from the 14th of January 2024. This one's a bit strange. Yeah, this is strange seems apt.
Greetings everyone. This is Christ Chan Sausage Prime here once again. Focused and connected with everything. And I will start off with mentioning, of course, the Animate Rally Convention.
Perhaps someone could do a better job filling the gaps here. Chris Chan is delivering this in a way that is well and truly deadpan, staring very, very dead-eyed down the lens. It's quite confusing. Although it's nice to know that Chris Chan gets out and still goes to conventions. Don't suppose you had to ask for money to go to that, did you?
Flutter and I, we did attend the Friday, and we were going to attend the Saturday. We were intercepted because, like the Romans back in the days of Jerusalem, false witnesses were born against me, and they were talked about and ratted me out to the organizer of the convention, which that
in its entity was quite wrong indeed.
Okay, so the shorter-hand version of that is Chris Chan got ratted out, found out, and kicked out. I would say I'm surprised by these fresh information revelations. Do you like what I did there? Put a long word that didn't need to be there. There. You're all welcome, there.
And as you all note, as I have exemplified during the event, I continued to love and kept my calm. I did try to explain, and yet at the moment, the demons were too great in that event organizer.
For someone that touts themselves as a goddess, I'm somewhat surprised you lack a goddess-style power, some kind of omnipotency, potency that could smite thine enemies. Instead, you're, as a goddess, or the reincarnation of Jesus, Jeebus, Jesus, you seem to be the kind to, stare it down the lens of a camera quite convincingly, in a way that makes you look like you're prepping for another prison mugshot.
And I feel sorry for that individual and their accomplices that were with them at the time. And despite the efforts of the minority, we did still have a very good weekend.
Well, that's all we could ever really want for you now, isn't it? I assume you put yourself in a wardrobe and then transported yourself to, is it C197? Or is it Earth 616? Did you go and have lattes with Constantine?
All those that dare do and repeat history in the dark ways by following that of the demons and devils, and even Satan himself in the temptations and darkness, and try to thwart me, they all shall be thwarted shortly enough.
Well, promises, and you've been promising this for quite some time. Needless to say, you've failed so far. If you'd like proof of your failure to deal with anyone, Liquid Chris would be Exhibit A. What about the guy at the GameStop shop? He failed at that for a long time as well.
It is the divine will, along with that of Russia being a modern-day Babylon, to fall as Babylon did.
I feel like I've said well so many times now I can't use my dry, sarcastic humour in response. Instead, I want to highlight the fact you look like you did this while sleep-deprived. I would assume that's how you did it. Either that or you denied yourself some basic sugar and sat there running on fumes, while obsessively staring at what can be considered a script that you didn't type onto a screen, you instead taped over the screen, which might explain why your speech pattern is always balked, when coupled with the sleep deprivation especially.
And Vladimir Putin dying by his own sword, and everything coming to fruition. For I have risen before, and I have many times risen in this lifetime as well. Whether you all know it or not, with all the timeline shifts, the cosmic events, and everything. And y'all would actually know the answer had you actually opened your minds and meditate and actually connected. But not every one of you all didn't.
Even when I speed you up, your gibberish still makes very little sense, especially when within the same sentence you contradict the entire statement by using the word can't instead of can. A letter foiled you, my friend. One letter and an apostrophe.
Which is a shame, really, because when I was Jesus Christ back in Jerusalem once upon a time, I connected with the Akashic records as well, way back then. While I continued to simplify what I could with what was right, and yet was chronicled of me in prophecy, and then as such within the Holy Bible. And later on...
Yeah, not a joke. Chris Chan is legitimately not saying anything. I am adamant this is sleep deprivation along with horrifically compromised mental health. A good night's sleep would deal with one of those issues. The other one requires a rather lengthy white jacket and a very padded cell.
But it still goes in all the connections that all religions are good, except for those that have anything to do with the darkness and Satanism and so forth. The correct religions are those that are good, light-hearted, and righteous. Between Christianity, Mormons, Judaism, the Zen, zodiacal animals, and all that.
I'm going to cut Chris off here because the discussion on what is a good religion to me seems redundant, because I don't believe a single religion can truly claim to be good. Religion, like humanity itself, is faulty. It could be argued it is faulty religion because of humanity. Perhaps a slate needs to be wiped clean and you need to start again, but to do that, no, because that would mean admitting something else, and I think that's a completely different argument that would derail from the original subject of today, and that is Chris Chan is bonkers. If you want me to do a follow-up to this, going through more of that video, perhaps even dive into some of these religious comments, let me know in the comments down below, because I am fascinated by what Chris Chan does, but of course I want to make videos that do well and that you want to see. Again, as a reminder, I'll be doing a live stream here, if it isn't already, well, over. Hope to see you there. If not, have a great day.